Have you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. I have read, if you will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. God hears them all. There is no prayer too small. My God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. No prayer too small. God hears them all.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in a coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You try lifting the lid. The enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening the lid. You try banging on the lid to unsettle the dirt that's upon the lid. Maybe somebody will start digging their way down to helping you. This is what it's like to feel at the lowest point of alcohol and drug addiction. You know you need help, you know you can't do it on your own, but you don't know where to turn. In reality, there are people probably walking right near your grave. You just don't know that. You just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about death when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. In order to feed an addiction, you have to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind while you were abusing drugs and alcohol that you might just overdose? Take something away that God had given you called life. And if that's not selfish enough, more selfishly is to take your life away from the people that love and count on you most. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, husband, wife, children, even your grandchildren. With this, let me leave one last thought. Don't be like the person that went to their grave without seeking help. They never picked up the phone, but you still have a chance to pick up the phone and call me at 844-405-HELP and let me help you take your life back. For your life is gone. People like Larry Geis from the Geis Academy at 516-458-2741. Larry Geis can also be found on the internet at www.odysseyconsult.org. Larry and I always tell folks like you, it doesn't matter where you've been, doesn't matter where you came from. What matters is that you're here because you want a better today and a brighter tomorrow. Larry Geis will take you from your addiction to your recovery, from low self-esteem to raising your self-esteem, from depression to happier times. He has over 30 years experience as a life/addiction recovery coach. Call Larry at 516-458-2741. Folks, when you take your slippers off at night before you jump into bed, don't leave them at the edge of your bed. Stick them way under your bed. And then, in the morning, you'll be forced to get on your knees to retrieve those slippers because they're under your bed. And that's the time when you should have a communication with God. You should thank God being able to see that stream and waterfall behind me. You should thank God for the home, the food, your relationship, your health that you have. You should ask God for guidance and direction. You should ask God for mercy and forgiveness. Do this each and every night. Put your slippers under your bed, and then in the morning, get on your knees and retrieve those slippers, and then pray to God. I call it email, K-N-E-E-mail. It's your communication line between your lips and God's ears. Do this each and every day and watch your life improve tremendously. Not quickly, but tremendously. Now put those slippers on, stand straight up, and walk with God 24/7. What is the symbolic meaning of a firefly? I always thought about that. What are firefly symbolism? The symbolic meaning of a firefly, of course, deals with light, because that's what they produce, illumination, and that is what a firefly is. Although an important focus, the issue of light is not the high feature behind the symbolic meaning of the firefly, believe it or not. Rather, it is the message that this wondrous creature gives us all while her light is off and may be most profound to our growth. An ordinary-looking creature during the day, admittedly, the firefly is a remarkable sight when it glows in the evening. This is a symbolic message to us humans that although our physical appearance may seem one way, it is our internal makings, what is inside of us, such as our spirit, that makes us shine from the inside out. That which is within us all always illuminate us and those around us. Here is a summary of the symbolic meaning of a firefly. Symbolic meanings are the following: hope, energy, guidance, patience, new ideas, efficiency, creativity, attraction, awakening, aspiration, inspiration, illumination. The firefly primarily uses its light in mating ceremonies, and it is quite elaborate and intricate. Light signals are precise and exactly timed in order to attract the right mate. This is a symbolic message that we are to attract the people, places, and things in our lives. We must plan accordingly, lay down the groundwork, and be persistent in our ideals. It is interesting to note that the firefly does not produce heat in order to create her light. This is a message that we must not burn our candles at both ends. Creativity and development is supposed to be a free, natural, easygoing process. There is no need for us to burn out in order to reach our goals. In addition to using no heat to produce her light, the fact that fireflies eat very little is another symbolic meaning of the economy and efficiency. Adult fireflies use the environment in the most effective extent possible in order to gain energy. This is a lesson for us to use the resources that we have available right now to us today, and not to waste or consume to excesses. When fireflies come into our lives, they are there to guide us to ways of living that are more earth-friendly, soul-friendly, and body-friendly. Fireflies teach us the value of living simply and relying on our inner voices for illumination. Fireflies also come to us with a message of creativity and remind us that our paths are made lighter by the beauty that we all allow into our lives. Thus concludes this special episode about fireflies and the symbolic meaning of the firefly. I hope that you have enjoyed some of these symbolic observations. I hope that you compare your life to a firefly and you try to mold your life to be like a firefly. If you found the symbolic meaning of fireflies interesting, you might want to give me an email at Ralf, that's R-A-L-F, at takeyourlifebacktodayshow.com, or call me at 844-405-HELP and let me know how this particular episode has helped you. Remember, a firefly shows the inside, outside during certain times of days, but people know a firefly by its light illumination. What do people know about you? What is your brand? What is your trait? Trump has a brand. His brand is that everybody knows him from TV. Brand yourself in the image of God if you can. Whatever your inner is, or inside is, bring it out and let people hear and see. Remember the symbolic meanings of a firefly. Let me give you the list one more time. Hope. A firefly produces a lot of hope. Do you? Firefly illuminates that light through energy. Fireflies, they fly separately or together, but they guide each other. Fireflies have patience because they wait all day to illuminate at night. They have new ideas, so should you. And they live life efficiently. Efficiency is very important, and creativity as well. And of course, attraction. And I'm not talking between a man and a woman, I'm just talking about attraction. You should run your life where people are attracted to you, because of your insight, because of your meanings in life. That is what produces a great image. That is what makes you stand out each and every day. You should be an inspiration to others. Illuminate your life today. Reach out to God while you're on your knees in the morning or any time during the day. You can do it wherever you are. It's just a personal communication between you and God. And remember that the firefly primarily uses its light in mating ceremonies, and it's quite elaborate and intricate. Light signals are precise and exactly timed in order to attract the right mate. This is a symbolic message that we are to attract the people around us at the right places and things in our lives. We must plan accordingly, lay down the groundwork, and be persistent in our ideals. This, my friend, is what a firefly is all about. And you, my friend, should clone yourself around the life, the appearance of a firefly. May God bless you.
God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. I have read if you will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what